This is Yakutsk, the coldest inhabited place on Earth.
Mark came from America to face a cold beyond imagination.
For Manus, this land has been home for 70 years.
Wise one. Manus has lived here his entire life.
Together they enter the wilderness to hunt and survive.
Manus prepares using knowledge passed through generations.
Mark relies on modern tools, but the cold does not care. The cold shows no mercy.
At minus 72 degrees, nature dominates everything.
Every surface here steals heat instantly.
Manus reads the forest.
For Mark, every step costs energy.
Manus knows when to slow down. Calm down. Prudencia prevale celeritas. Firewood must be prepared early. Firewood first.
Fire is never guaranteed here. Fire fights back.
One flame can save a life.
Manus builds shelter, as his ancestors did. Shelter from tradition. Mark begins to understand true survival.
Manus conserves energy with discipline. For Mark, even eating is difficult.
Above them, the Arctic sky watches. Fire is their only defense.
I remember winters that claimed lives. The cold remembers.
Mark understands the cost of mistakes. The cold punishes hesitation. No hesitation.
Manus has endured this all his life.
Fire must be fed constantly.
Survival here is systematic. Every step counts.
Mark's mindset begins to change.
Another night approaches. Beauty exists, even in danger.
Morning brings a chance to hunt.
Morning brings opportunity.
Manus finds fresh tracks near the camp. Mark learns to see what the cold hides.
Manus signals complete stillness. Stop!
Mark obeys without question. Trust.
Manus prepares with patience.
Mark places his trust in Manus's experience.
70 years of survival guide every motion. 70 years of knowledge.
Mark and Manus begin another day of hunting in the coldest forest on Earth.
Notice the depth of the claw marks, Mark. This isn't just a rabbit. What does that tell us about its speed? Fast and close. Follow me.
All right. The tracks lead this way, Mark. The mother is close.
I know, Manus, I know. I trust you.
Mark and Manus hunt carefully, saving energy in minus 72 degrees.
Energy is survival.
Manus signals Mark to stop, reminding him that patience keeps them alive.
Patience keeps you alive.
Mark follows Manus without hesitation in the Yakutsk wilderness.
Together, Mark and Manus spot life hidden in the frozen forest.
Manus prepares the hunt as Mark learns by observing.
Subtitle: Learning by watching.
The hunt succeeds because Mark listens and Manus leads.
In Yakutsk, Mark and Manus respect every life they take. Manus shows Mark how survival has been done here for generations.
Yes, I understand. I'm seeing it.
Mark adapts quickly under Manus's guidance.
The weather turns against Mark and Manus without warning.
Weather changes fast.
In Yakutsk, storms challenge every decision Mark and Manus make. We need to find shelter now. Agreed. The cold attacks Mark immediately, even with Manus nearby. We need to take cover. Right, let's move.
Manus remains calm, guiding Mark back toward camp. Calm leadership. Reaching camp becomes urgent for Mark and Manus.
Manus refuses to let Mark fall in the storm. No one is left behind.
Mark and Manus reach the camp just in time.
They fight the storm. Side by side.
The storm tests the shelter Mark and Manus built. Night brings danger to Mark and Manus in Yakutsk. Even together, Mark and Manus cannot escape the cold.
Fatigue makes the cold more dangerous for Mark. Manus knows fire keeps both of them alive. Fire is life.
Thank you, Manus.
Mark faces fear, trusting Manus completely, facing fear. Keep your wits about you, son. It'll be a long night, but you'll make it. Stay focused.
I will, Manus. I understand.
Together, Mark and Manus save the fire again. Fire survives. Sometimes survival for Mark and Manus means waiting. Waiting.
Things in certain stations. The cold keeps working against them.
The storm hit harder than expected. It took out the comms. We need to find the transmitter before it's buried.
Mark survives another night with Magnets. Still alive. They endured the worst together.
Yakutsk allows Mark and Manus to continue.
All right, Mark, we need to balance the load carefully. You take the rope and satchel.
Understood. Which way do we head?
Northeast, over that ridge, is the shortest route.
Mark moves with new confidence learned from Manus.
The forest does not guide them out easily.
The forest resists. Manus senses danger, and Mark responds instantly. Instant response.
Mark has learned to stay alert, like Manus.
The cold tightens its grip on both men.
Fatigue pushes Mark toward his limit.
Together they pause to survive. A necessary pause.
The coldest heart in Yakutsk has a soul of fire. Remember that.
I will, thank you.
Mark understands the true meaning of survival. Subtitle: Understanding.
One last obstacle stands before Mark and Manus. Final obstacle.
Manus trusts experience to guide them across.
Experience leads.
Mark commits fully, trusting Manus. Commitment.
Together, they cross. They're together.
The danger begins to fade for both men. The danger fades.
Man knows they have survived. They survived. They survived.
The wilderness releases Mark and Manus. Mark leaves Yakutsk changed forever.
Changed forever. The cold taught Mark humility through Manus. Humility. For Manus, this life in Yakutsk is normal.
Two men from different worlds survive together. One survival. I needed that, Manus. More than survival. We'll see this through, Mark.
Manus accepts without words.
The coldest place on earth does not forgive.
But it teaches those who listen. In Yakutsk, survival is not victory. It is permission to continue.